in respect of those issues, because according to the Court of Appeal, it is academic and they are not prepared to venture into same. So the implication now is that the chairman remains sacked, the suit is struck out, and the judgment, of course, is set aside. But now it is expedient at this point that I refer the House to the Federal Court decision in F suit number FHC/OS/CS/103/2022 between Action People's Party (APP) and Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) and 6 others, wherein the Federal Court held thus at just 1 minute. It was a judgment in rem. Where the Federal Courts at pages 47 to 48 held us. Furthermore, in the exercise of the power conferred on me by Section 6A and B of the 1999 Constitution as amended, I hereby make the following consequential orders. 1. The election into the local government council across Osun State held on 15/10/2022 pursuant to notice of election issued on 15/8/2022 is hereby declared unconstitutional, invalid, null and void for violation of the Constitution and breach of sections 28, 29, 32, 98 and 150 of the Electoral Act 2022. Then 2. All persons or individuals occupying offices in the state local government council by virtue of the said election are accordingly sacked from holding such offices. 3. Sections 25 and 26 of the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission Law 2022 having been enacted in contravention of paragraph 12 of the part 2, second schedule to the Constitution, and being inconsistent with section 29 and 32 of the Electoral Act 2022 are hereby struck down. The above is the verdict of this court. Now, this judgment is the judgment in rem that binds everybody, including all political parties in Osun State and even Nigeria, that are eligible to participate in the election, OSEC election of 2022. It's a judgment in rem and it's still subsisting. And also, of course, it's also expedient that I also draw the attention of the gentlemen of the press to the decision of the Court of Appeal on the 13th of January 2025 that dismissed the appeal filed by the APC against the judgment of the Federal Court in the APP's judgment. So as it is now, the judgment of the APC is subsisting and it's a judgment in rem. The office, the sacked chairman and councillors that were sacked by the 2 Federal Court judgments still remain sacked. There's no decision of any court of law restating them back to office, contrary to the misinformation that is being expressed in the public. But I also want the gentlemen of the press to also take note that assuming there was any order, the beneficiary of the judgment knows what to do. They will approach the courts to try to enforce it by bringing the contempt proceeding against whoever that is stopping them from enforcing same. So if at all there was any, they should not resort into self-help, because the rule of law and the rule of force are mutually exclusive. Governor of Lagos is a very is translation of law, and owners of Christ Apostolic Church and is very, very, it's right. So assuming they had any case, they should approach the Court of Appeal for an order of commuter and to enforce. There's nothing to enforce. Thank you, gentlemen of the press.
Well, I will now hand over to my Commissioner for Information, Commissioner.
I'll speak now. Gentlemen of the press, I will not repeat what has been emphasized by His Excellency, the Governor of Osun State, Senator Dr. Ademola Adeleke, and what has been reinstated by the Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, my brother Oluwole Jimebada. But I want to play devil's advocate of what they have been saying. Their own argument is that the Court of Appeal is superior to the Federal High Court. And that judgment, the appeal having been allowed, has restored them. Let us go by their own argument. That judgment, as far as the judgment given in respect of PDP case is concerned, is valid, and that judgment is no longer in existence. There's no argument about that one. However, either rightly or wrongly, the Court of Appeal did not make any consequential order. And the ground upon which the appeal against the judgment obtained by the PDP is that the originating summons with which the PDP applied to the court was incompetent because it discloses no cause of action. The Court of Appeal did not go into the merit of the case. What was the merit of the case? The merit of the case...
I recommend this test. Keep your cooking oil in the fridge for 7 hours. Some freeze, saturated fats high, bad for heart. No freezing, saturated fats low, heart friendly. Oils like Casaliva in America, golden.
In different dates. And so the two judgments stand, and from the two judgments, the election were annulled. And the council chairman and the councillor, they were asked to vacate. Now, assuming, going by their own argument, the PDP case and the judgment in respect of it has gone. The one obtained by the APP, and if you could recollect, the APC appealed the two judgments. They did. Knowing fully well, the two judgments as force of law. Now, looking at the case of APP, they didn't see how they would prosecute the appeal because the APP filed the case after the notice has been published. So they didn't get enough argument to push it forward. So they deliberately abandoned the case. The judgment obtained by the APP, they pushed that of the judgment obtained by the PDP because they find a lacuna that this case was actually filed before the notice was published. So if we agree with them that the judgment in respect of the case of PDP obtained by the PDP has gone, the judgment in respect of the APP, which they filed the appeal and they abandoned, and the Court of Appeal struck out the appeal, becomes subsisting. You cannot pick and choose. So all the arguments as per the case of a PDP, yes, they are right, but they will always be silent on the case and the judgment of APP, which is subsisting. My learned friend, Honorable Attorney General, said the judgment is a judgment in. What does it mean? The meaning of that one is irrespective of the party in that case. The judgment of the court that sacked them is valid and enforceable. It's not as if because the PDP is not the party there. It's not about who is the party. It's about the judgment that has been delivered by the Federal Court. We want you people to understand this thing so that you know that we are on a farmatary, and let us now see the consequence. Let us agree they now go to the council. They will be guilty of 3 things. First and foremost, they will be guilty of disrupting the public peace. Secondly, if they get to a local government and do anything funny there, They will be guilty of destruction of public property. And the third one, they will be guilty of contempt. And we want the whole world to know that they should not test the will of this government. Any one of them that dare and try to go to any of our local government, we will file contempt of court before the federal court. We will now expect them to bring the court of appeal of a different suit to come and defend it. So we are warning them now, as stated by our governor, that we know our president to be a Democrat and somebody who respects the rule of law. We know that wise counsel will prevail. Thank you very much.
And I thank you very much for this. Thank you very much.
ẹ ṣeun o ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa bí ó ti mọ ohun tí à ń sọ nípa rẹ̀ ni pé